my skin. Stack up those dreams, won't let them go. Some way, somehow my day will come. This is my time, gonna light it up. Stepping out into the unknown. Stepping out, oh, stepping out to whatever's coming on. Stepping out, I'm a man on fire. Sounds crazy, but I never lose. Oh, you know I'm gonna give it all I got. Do what I came to do. I'm a man on fire, and my day is overdue. This burn is never gonna stop. Do what I came to do. I'm a man on fire. But back to the wall is how I live my life. I risk it all, put it on the line, then blow it up every single time. It's a big world, I'll take it in. If I don't try, how can I win? This chance might never come again. Stepping out into the unknown. Stepping out, oh, stepping out to whatever's coming on. Stepping out, I'm a man on fire. Sounds crazy, but I never lose. Oh, you know I'm gonna give it all I got. Do what I came to do. I'm a man on fire, and my day is overdue. This burn is never gonna stop. Do what I came to do. I'm a man on fire. Oh, 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 oh. I'm a man on fire. Oh, 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 oh. I'm a man on fire. Stepping out into the unknown. Stepping out, oh, stepping out to whatever's coming on. Stepping out, I'm a man on fire. Sounds crazy, but I never lose. Oh, you know I'm gonna give it all I got. Do what I came to do. I'm a man on fire, and my day is overdue. This burn is never gonna stop. Do what I came to do. I'm a man on fire. I'm a man on I'm a man on fire.
Happy Friday, July 15th. That's right, Jack. It's Friday. Got a great show for you. It's Chris and Mark with the NWA Exchange podcast. The only podcast you need to know about everything Bella Vista and beyond. We hope you had a great week. Hope you're still sane. Let's get into this. What's going on, bud?
Hey, man. How's it going?
It's a going, man. It's just the world just keeps on spinning a little bit faster and crazier. It's like, when's this roller coaster ride gonna stop?
I know, isn't it the truth? You know,
I'm telling you, man. It's just been it's just one thing after another, man, after another, and I'm just, I'm like, everything has to happen for a reason, right? Everything happens for a reason, and what a time to be alive. That's all I can say, Mark. It's just what a time to be alive. I mean, you have to find the humor in a lot of what's going on. It's disappointing for one, but there's a lot of humor in it too.
Yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, it just seems like one thing after another. Every time you turn around, there's another thing. And you're right. You have to find some kind of levity, or else you go nuts, man. I mean, it's ridiculous. So if you want me to get in, let's get into the local things and
Yeah, let's go ahead and
Okay.
go into what's going on in Northwest Arkansas.
So I don't have to tell you. You let me know next week. This is just it's starting to warm up, I guess, this week, and next week it's going to be well into the hundreds. So Benton County has a burn ban in place until further notice. So no surprise there. I expected that to be coming. I think we talked about that last week. So what were the temperatures supposed to be next week? You were saying?
Oh, they're in the hundreds, man. I think, let me see. I pulled it up earlier. A screenshot earlier because I was just like,
Yeah, 102,
oh,
104
word,
or something
man.
like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got, so Saturday, tomorrow, it's going to be 100. And then Sunday, we get a little cool down at 96. Monday, 97. Then Tuesday, it begins, man. And we're talking 105 on Tuesday.
Wow.
104 on Wednesday. And these are
These
real
are
temperatures.
legit temps.
Now, when you factor in that heat index that we get here,
wow.
Oh my word, man! I think we're going to be up in like the 115, if not higher. But that's going to last all the way till freaking Sunday, and that's as far as my forecast. I mean, I didn't go and extend it, but because I was,
you got to keep hydrated
Sunday,
out there, man.
So I mean, basically from Tuesday to Sunday, you're going to be in triple digits. Stay hydrated. Make sure you ain't walking in dogs on the pavement, man, during the middle of the day, the hottest part of the day, man. Your little puppy's feet's going to be like, Yeah. You heard that intro song, I'm a Man on Fire? Your dog will be on fire.
Yeah, that kind of heat, you're right. If you don't keep hydrated, you can have heat stroke, headaches, and collapse. I mean, it's dangerous, you know. Mother Nature doesn't fool around. So hopefully we'll get past that point, but we're in dire need of rain, man. So
I think there's a burn ban going on right now too, right?
Yeah, that was the burn ban I was talking about earlier, and for all Benton County. I expected that to be here because we haven't gotten any rain.
Yeah, we got a little bit right before 4th of July, man. That was it, right? I mean, like
it wasn't even an eighth of an inch.
It was just enough to keep stuff from catching on fire with the fireworks, man.
Yeah.
But the fire marshals are out there and they're, they're knocking on doors, reminding people. And we actually heard from what I recorded his audio earlier, man.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Fire Marshal Bill. Now, how can we help you?
Well, it's National Fire Safety Week. I've been
see the
going
video.
door to door looking for fire hazards.
Oh, it's audio only.
Mind if I give your place a little inspection? It's free.
Oh, Fire Marshal Bill.
Marshal Bill, yeah.
What was that in Living Color?
Jim Carrey,
man. Fire Marshal Bill. We're showing our age, man. We're dating ourselves. We're bringing up in Living Color.
That's pretty good. He did a good job with them, man. That's funny.
Let me show you your stop sign. So burn ban's in place, and what else you got for me, bud?
So candidate filing, municipal candidates filing is Wednesday, August 3rd, 12 p.m. That's the start of it. It ends closes August 10th at the same time. I tried to locate the Merrill cutoff that we talked about. So I couldn't do anything about that. They didn't give me, I guess the offices are closed. The county offices were closed today. I'm not sure why, but I was trying to get a date on it for the Merrill cutoff for the race. So I'll check back Monday. Yeah, I was getting a recording and what have you that they're not open today. So I'm not sure what was going on there, but I will follow up on that on Monday so we know where we are with that. So, hey, North Song Wild Bird Rehabilitation has a release coming up. It's in Bella Vista, which is awesome. They help injured birds and bring them back, and they're doing a release here in our backyard.
Nice.
Birksdale Golf Course near the butterfly habitat over by Allen's. So if you want to go see that, is Saturday.
The butterfly habitat. Is it that old, like just right next to Allen's? That kind of
over by Allen's. Yeah, you can park
in
Allen's.
I didn't know that was a butterfly habitat.
Down that way. You'll see the cars down there. They're going to be down there Saturday, July 16th at 6 p.m. If you've never been over there, I've been to a few releases. They're awesome to go to. So again, that's Birksdale's golf course over in the Sugar Creek Plaza where Allen's grocery store is. So check that out. It's a neat thing.
6 p.m. tomorrow, man.
Yeah, and I know you're an avid photographer too. My son is. I know a lot of people. So this is a great time to go out and take a picture of the release. It's going to be a barred owl. They're going to release tomorrow, so
Okay.
6 p.m. So
I got
if
my
they,
mama coming over for some steaks tomorrow, man. So
ooh,
I don't know if I'm gonna
that's a
be able
tough
to get
one.
out of here in time, man.
Well, there's a lot of photographers out there would enjoy going out and checking that out and
Yeah.
getting some pictures. It's really neat to see that release.
When your
So
son's got something going on, he's been kind of following these bird releases and stuff, right? And
yeah, he's been there and doing some photography for them, and he enjoys going to them. He loves doing wildlife photography, and he's done some North Song bird pictures and owl releases and what have you. So I also want to tell you too, his Facebook site, Snappy's View, he has here. He's offering a 2023 calendar, bird photography calendar that he's going to be selling at the Bluebird Shed, located over at 648 West Lakeachire Boulevard. So
okay.
right where the courthouse is over there.
Oh, okay.
Right in that area. So it's going to be $20 plus tax, and 5 of that, 25% approximately, will go to the rehab. We'll go through the North Song, which is cool. So
Okay.
they're out there now. I think he's got some at the Bluebird Shed. Go see Butch over to Bluebird Shed. So he's open 9 to 4 every day except for Sundays and Thursdays. So
Awesome.
really, really beautiful calendar to check out. And again, his Facebook is Snappy's View. If you want to check it out, it's on there, and it's a pretty neat thing he's doing. So, and he really enjoys it. And there's a lot of pictures. Most of those pictures are local here. So,
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I know my wife still uses hard copy calendars and stuff, and
yeah,
I have to try to get one for her with the
yeah, it's
cause
pretty neat.
and have a local calendar too.
Excellent. Hey, so the July Artist of the Month reception is taking place Thursday, July 21st at 5 p.m. At the Bella Vista Public Library. They're honoring painter Howard Friedland. So people should get out there. And I looked at some of his work, and it's phenomenal. It's really, really impressive work. So again, that'll be taking place at the Bella Vista Public Library Thursday, July 21st at 5 p.m. So Bella Vista Farmers Market, Sundays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Make sure you get out. Last week, it was pretty busy out there, and I know
I think Price Family Farms is going to be there this week.
Yeah, we had talked about that. Are we going to get out to see them at their farm? I know we talked about it briefly last week.
Yeah, possibly going to do an interview with his daughter, who's kind of running a lot at that farm.
Cool.
We just have to kind of line that out and figure out when we can do it and when we're available to do it. And but yeah, they're pretty agreeable.
Awesome, good deal. So everybody's looking for tax-free. Everybody wants something for tax-free. So the Arkansas tax-free holiday is coming up. Starts Saturday, August 6th, and runs till Sunday at midnight. So, or Sunday, August 7th. So those are the list of the items that are available to buy if you're looking for a computer or printer, what have you. And now's the time.
Clothing less than $100, clothing, accessory, or equipment. So briefcases, cosmetics, hair notion. What is hair notions? I don't know. Barrettes, hair bows, handbags, handkerchiefs, jewelry, sunglasses, non-prescription, umbrellas, watches, wallets, wigs, and hair pieces. Man, yeah, buddy, man, you get that toupee finally. a little cheaper. Electronic devices, calculator, cell phones, computer monitor. Ooh, if you're in the market for a new cell phone, this might be the weekend to do it.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Mouse,
so
computer keyboard, desktop computer, e-readers, laptops, printers, tablets, and then obviously school supplies. But clothing, I mean, basically almost every piece of clothing you're good as long as it's less than $100 per item.
Well, even with a computer, Chris, I mean, you're looking at 10%, pretty close to tax, and $2,000 is $200 you're saving. That's a pretty good amount, man.
Yeah, yep. And I mean, some of these computers, like the ones that I like to do my stuff on, man. They
Or
get
double that.
pricey, man. So
Yeah. So I mean,
but
that's
you
a lot
gotta
of
have
money
the
today.
speed, and you gotta have the power and the storage, man, to do this type of stuff and video
Yeah,
editing
for
and all that. So
And another thing too is the kids you're going into the fall and going back to school, so it's a good time. People in college or
I
high
can't
school
believe we're
looking for
going back to
laptop.
school already.
I don't know.
I mean,
know.
I can't believe where did the summer go?
Well, you know what? And we talked earlier, and I was thinking about this. We're on our 20th episode, and I'm like, wow. I mean, it's almost August, man. I know it's just gone by so quick, and it's just it's nuts, man.
20
It's just-
episodes, man. That's
I
20
know.
weeks, man.
I
You know
know
what
it
I'm
doesn't
saying?
seem like that, but it flies by, man. It just it like this week it just went. It was gone. It was just gone.
Yeah, this
So,
week flew by for me. I mean, work's busy, life's busy. I think the older you get, man, the faster your life, just goes. It's
You
just
might be right.
It just keeps on going and going, man.
Yeah. Remember when you're a kid, you're wishing the time to go by quicker. It's like, man, I don't think so now.
I wish I would pump the brakes, man.
I know. Yeah, for sure. Hey, so I got stopped again as a reminder. Pickleball courts are closed in Metfield.
Mm-hmm.
I continue to remind people that I will post it on our Facebook page because people are upset about this, man. People over on the east side, there's nowhere to play now. And now they have to go all the way over to the west side. And it's turned into such a hassle. I'm still trying to wrap my head around why they did what they did, but the damage is done now. Anybody that's interested, over to Branchwood over on the west side, which is going to be a good 20, 25 minute drive, depending on where you live on the east side. So it's the best we can do. I think there's one court over in Reardon, but that's not going to do much good for you because the chances of that being used by the time you get over there are going to be great.
Yeah. Yep. Well, and the same thing's going to happen. I think we're going to talk about this. Actually, we're right there, right? We're getting ready to talk about the next topic, but the same thing is getting ready to happen when they start doing construction on Reardon, right? And it's like you're going to have an influx of people offsetting or disrupting normal activity at these other locations, such as the Metfield, right, or such as Branchwood. Being able to, I understand the need for their upgrades, right?
Yeah.
Do I agree with the approach that they're doing it? No, I don't. But that's what, who am I? I'm just pay your dues and pay your water bill and shut up, Chris. But you have to have a plan in place for the offset. And it just doesn't sound like their plan. Maybe I'm wrong. You go to the Metfield and work out. You're going to let me know. You're going to let our viewers know, I'm sure. Right.
Well, we're only about 6 weeks away from Labor Day. So you need to get the communication out now and need to have a plan in place. I mean, I think
maybe maybe they're colluding with, with the COVID SARS. Because, this new strain of COVID is, maybe we're going into another lockdown. I don't know.
No.
Maybe not. But I mean, I saw the fear porn jacking up today, man, with this new strain. It's the deadliest strain ever, right? I'm like, bro, you said that about the original strain. Right? That's not how, I don't know. I don't. Shut up, Chris. You're not a scientist, Chris.
It's like the boy who cried wolf, man. This one's called
Trust the science, though.
This one's called BA5, man. Is what it's called.
What is that? BA Baracus from the A team?
Yeah, the A team.
A beautiful that gets this string. The fear. They tried it with monkeypox, man. But then people started calling out monkeypox. They're like, that's like that's only transmitted by bodily fluids. Why, they were like, everybody should go back to wearing a mask because of monkeypox, right? And they're like, it's transmitted from fluids, right? Sexual contact. And the studies came out, I think over in the EU, that what was it? Like the vast majority of people that were getting diagnosed with monkeypox were living that pride life,
Right.
So, that was a flop. So now we have to come out with the, Mr. T version of the Mr. T strain, the B.A. Brockus strain.
Yeah, I'm just reporting the propaganda that's set forth to me, man. After a while, it's just, you just have no integrity whatsoever. It's just scare tactics. And I think people are done with it. They're fed up with it,
Well, you can lie. I mean, like, say it all the time, man. Shame on me once, shame on you, shame on me. No, I'm sorry, shame on you. Shame on me twice, shame on me, right? You guys have lied a million. Like, what? Give me one reason to trust anything that comes out of your mouth.
Right. Yeah, they did.
Wait 6 months.
Yeah.
What has changed? Nothing. Nothing has changed.
Yeah.
So why would I believe you?
Yeah, the damage that they have done to the American people is just, it's beyond belief. And you're right. Nobody's ever going to believe anything that anybody in the government has to say anymore.
Yep.
He lost that credibility a long time ago.
It takes a lifetime to build it, man. Just a few moments to lose it all, man.
Yeah.
And they really have poo-pooed in the pool on this one, man.
Yeah. So Reardon Hall construction, September. Don't know what the POA is going to do about having people over to Metfield, or they're going to flee over to Branchwood. Don't know how that's going to play out. We discussed about possibly moving that over to 24 hours to try to alleviate that flow.
Right.
But you can't do it at 3 days before Labor Day and decide you're going to make this transition, because it's never going to happen. So,
yeah. Well, heaven forbid we plan, ahead, right? Prior planning prevents piss poor performance. The P rule, man.
Right. Yeah.
They'll come up with something now. They'll wing it. They always do.
Yeah.
So we got the POA assessment increased for improved lots coming up too. On top of that, right? So we got we got
a lot of stuff.
Pickleball courts closed. We got the they're getting ready to shut down Reardon. Now they're coming back and saying, bro, by the way. Wait, there's more. By the way, we want some more money from you. Yeah. And they're basically saying, what did they say? The first assessment increase in 19 years. Yeah, you guys, I agree. You needed that one, right?
Yeah.
But within 3 years, they're like, well, we got problems, man. We need more money. Usage of our amenities is up across the board. Duh. And you're getting paid across the board. You got your assessment increase. People are paying for the activity cards. That's an annual income that you're getting.
Right.
16,000 members have activity cards. A 60% increase compared to 2019. I don't think they had one in 2019, did they? They didn't have an activity card.
So, yeah.
You just had your POA ID. You had the photo ID.
Right.
But anywho, right? Golf course usage, along with usage of the driving ranges, has increased. That's public, right? Why is the membership subsidized? Raise your fees. Raise your fees $3, right? Is it going to kill you to raise your golf fees $3 or $5? The people that use it should be able to, especially the non-members, right? The non-POA members should get a little bit of a hike increase there. I don't know, spitballing, Mark, right? Boat registrations are up. Cool. Awesome to hear that, right? Activities at our fitness centers is at a high. Sweet, right?
Yeah.
Our restaurants are doing significantly better than they were in 2019. Where's the data on that?
There's no.
Is there any of this data is published, right? But I'm going to tell you one thing, right? Is we have VRBOers out there. I've run across several, right? People running a vacation rental or VRBO or Airbnbs, right? They're actually charging their short-term renters a hike for getting them a guest card. So knowing this, I've run into several, that I've seen this happening, right? And so they're going and getting, like, these are short-term rental people that are showing up and using our amenities with a guest pass.
Right.
Maybe the POA might want to address that. Maybe some of this excess usage is because of that. Ever think of that? I don't know. Maybe. But as a property owner living in a property owners association, Mark, if you're a long-term renter, right? Say you got at least a year lease, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with you using the amenities. I don't. But if you're here for a week and you're like, I'm gonna go use the pool, you should pay a fee for that. There should be like a fee for that, right?
Yeah.
Or these aren't open to short-term rentals. I don't know. Wife was at the pool over the weekend, and a family, I think 10 people showed up. They're like, well, where's your activity card? I have to have an activity card? Yeah, or a pass, guest pass or something. Oh, we'll let you in this time, right? So, these young lifeguards that are working at the pools are just allowing people that don't even have a right to be there to use our amenities. We know that's happening. We witnessed it, okay? But it's also happening in other places, right?
Yeah.
It's happening, Tanya Creek's a prime example, man. Everyone from Bentonville and Missouri and everything else is coming down to Tanya Creek and hanging out. And you can't even get a parking spot there half the time. And on top of it, they're sitting there, like, who authorized Willie's to be there, man? What's up with that, yo? I don't know. I'm just saying, these are things like you're giving privilege to people that aren't even, property owners here to use just to come in and flood and trash our area and all that. I don't know. I got some stuff on my mind. Maybe I'm sorry, Mark. I'll shut up now, right? Shut up and pay your damn dues and your water bill, man. Yeah. Your opinion is invalid there.
Yeah. There's a lot of frustration there. I really think like the Airbnbs, VRBOs, they should just pay a yearly fee for how many people they're going to have there, where they have some kind of, not a card, but maybe some kind of badge with a number on it. So, that they can identify where they're coming from. So they just have to bring it to where they're going and they have it there and they can just scan it and be done with it.
Because the amount of time it's taking that person at the POA office to go and produce guest passes constantly.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is what screams efficiency about this process? Nothing. Yeah.
And the same thing on the other side with Airbnb, they get a call and hey, I need 5 or 6 passes, whatever it is, just charge a fee for the year. The guests show up at your Airbnb. They have five badges that they need to wear, right? They put them on their towel or whatever, or their shirt.
Wristband, something.
Right. Which shows them that, identifier that they're legitimate and be done with it. They shouldn't have to. It's a lot of paperwork and a lot of time that's being exhausted on both sides of the POA.
When you
processing them,
when you find one of these people, we'll call them a POA member, right? But they're charging a short-term renter a fee for this. Basically, they're augmenting their POA fees through their clients, right? If you're charging $25 per renter, right? Per renter family, right? You've just paid your POA dues in a month for the year, right? And then they're whoring, pardon my French, they're whoring out our amenities for profit, man. But there's increased use. That's not what a property, if that's the case, then why don't I live in like a Marriott resort, right? Because that's what happens there, right? People buy the condo and the Marriott runs it and, whatever, it's timeshare type stuff, I don't know. I digress. I'm to
that's
be
just
continued, I'm sure.
I still think the way to go is the badges, man, where you pay once a year, whoever it is. If you have a property there, you pay for the whole summer from whatever, April or May, all the way until Labor Day.
Maximum of 5 wristbands.
What your max capacity is, what you get, and you leave them there. It's the responsibility of the people who are there. You have a certain number that coincides with your business. It gives you 5 of them. You give them to the people that are staying there and say your responsibility is to bring these wherever you go so you can show them and that's it. It's done, man. There's no other,
Mark,
nothing else needs to be
quit
done.
using your head, though, man. All right, we don't think creatively here. All right, man. We just follow the leader, right?
Yep.
Your leader says, "Oh, let's go after the improved property." I'd like to see them bring up the unimproved lots because we know people are sitting on these things like a cash cow. Somebody was listing a single lot, $25,000. People are sitting on these as investment opportunities. More power to you, right?
Yeah.
But if you're going to sit on that property and not actually develop it to where there's a reoccurring, one, improving our community with housing, right? And great people that move to this community, and taxes, a tax base, right? You're just sitting on a vacant lot. You can eat that $3 a month, man.
Right.
Because you ain't had an increase. I mean, what does it say right here? The first assessment increase in 19 years, and that was in 2020. It's getting ready to be 2023, baby. Like I would say in 23 years, you can have a $3 increase on your unimproved lot. Right. But no, they're just going right for the jugular, man, coming right after the people that live here in the community because you know what? Shut up and pay your POA dues and your water bill and enjoy what you get.
Yeah.
Even if we shut it down.
That's where I took issue with that, to be perfectly honest with you. It should have been applied across the board or maybe $1.50 for improved and
it's
unimproved
so divisive
lots.
too, man. Like, I mean, our country's already divided enough. But like you're creating a rift. This is just such a divisive move in our local POA, like in our local community, right?
Well, you're going after the votes, right? That's how you're going to get the votes. So you're pandering to your voting bloc.
I smell Democrats. I'm sorry.
you know what I'm saying there.
Yeah,
so hey, I ended up. So we're talking about the Gear Garden again. Everybody, if you try to go to Gear Garden tomorrow, it's going to be closed. There's a special private party there. Chris, I did call on Jimmy's behalf. He's having that birthday party.
Jimmy likes to drink like a fish, man. So
well, August 20th. So I talked to the gal over to arrange to try to get that locked in. She needs 24-hour notice. We can secure. It's going to cost $1,450 to secure that whole area, but we can have it for the day.
For the whole, what do you mean by whole area? Is it like the fenced-in area there?
Yeah, no. Let me read it quick so I don't speak out of turn.
Because the Gear Garden I thought was just the fenced-in area.
Hold on for a second.
I think they're shutting down amenities for private events. So, you got to be a member?
So no, that wasn't mentioned, but so there's two options. The option that we want is the $1,450, which includes
what do I get for $1,400?
It has you get use of the pavilion, the stage, the grill, and the benches.
Okay.
Along with the Gear Garden, so we get all that for $1,450 for 6 hours. But what
if nobody's using the grill and I do the other option? You said there's two options, right?
Yeah, the first option is $250. It's the basic. That gives you access to the use of the pavilion, stage, grill, and benches. That's 4 hours. That's just for 4 hours.
For 4 hours? You've been here for 4 hours. You go now.
But what I'm trying to figure out is, the boys, they like to drink. So
Jimmy,
I don't know if I have to.
I'm telling you, that guy, man, he got gills or something.
Yeah. So we're just going to do a regular bar, but I'm like, I don't want my guests having to pay for all that, man. So I was thinking that we just foot the bill and get a couple half barrels and some wine, those big containers of wine instead of having people go back and
get a full keg. I'm down to do some keg stands, man. Live my youth.
So I got to iron that out where there's a confusion. And the other thing is I'm wondering, because the guys and Jimmy, he likes that, he likes Corona and he likes, what's that other, I forget that other wine he was talking about. But in any event, I don't know if we can buy that or if we have to use the Bentonville Brewing lager or whatever, that trail lager.
Trailhead.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So there's stuff I got to iron out.
There's something about that name that I don't like. I don't know. Maybe it was the old, that trend that was going on, I think it was TikTok. The whole roadhead, and now we got trailhead. I don't know. There's something about that name, man. I don't know. It's like, Okay.
Well, I haven't tried it personally, so I don't want to buy two
haven't tried
half
it either.
kegs.
I think
of-
they
of
sell it
that
at
stuff.
Harps. I might have to
They
try to
do?
get it. Yeah, I think I might have to try to get some of that and just try it. I'm
Yeah.
very picky about my beer, man. I really like.
Yeah, I know. I'm like that too. I like Yingling and the
I like
lager.
Yingling. I like.
Well, my
there's
problem
some
is
local brews I
you-
like too.
But you know how Jimmy is, and it's his birthday. If we give him bad beer, man, he's gonna get pissed.
I
you
don't know.
what
I
mean?
think that you give him one, make him drink it. He'll pick up on anything, man. It's the hardest one's getting the first one down. After that, it grows on you.
So we'll probably have 50, 60 people. You know
Our
what I mean?
viewers are like, man, these guys are alcoholic. Keg stands.
I don't know how this got so complicated, man. I just back in the day, just get half keg and go out in the woods. That's where I am
Back
right
in
now.
the
I'm
day,
like,
man, you were happy with just like getting that. What was that? The store. Was it the Super Saver?
yeah.
Like, and they
I don't-
was
I
just
don't
like
even-
they had the
oh,
white
yeah.
can with that just said beer on it. You were fine
Yeah.
with that. Man. You weren't picky.
Carling Black
Because-
Label, you
because
know?
you can get like a 32 pack, right?
Yeah.
Like for like
Yeah.
$8.99.
I don't even know where I'm going to put these guys. They're the hooligans. They're everywhere. I don't know if I just set them over. I can't get them in the Blowing Springs. I mean, I could spread them out in these Airbnbs and stuff, but there's so many of them. What are you going to
Yeah.
do? Bust them in? You know?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
So that's where we're at, man.
Well, we'll
so
have to just keep on keeping on. I think, how do you rent out a amenity that's subsidized by the POA membership and tell the POA membership, no, you can't use it? I don't know. Another question. Shut up and pay your dues, man.
Yep. I just got to secure the beer, man. That's all. So I'll give her a call next week and hopefully can sort it out before
Okay.
then.
Yeah.
I'm worried about trying to get that all together, then, and have it run off without a hitch, man. So
Cool. I think we're at 39 in. Maybe we'll take a quick break and
let's do
we'll
that, and
roll
then
into
we'll
our
come back.
content. And if you are viewing and watching live, don't forget, right? Make sure you tell a friend too, because we're gonna give away some gas money due to all this inflation.
All right.
Tonight we're gonna play video, and then we'll ask a trivia question about that video.
we're going to have that when we come back.
I think
Or you want to wait a little bit?
I think we'll wait. We'll wait a little bit.
Okay.
During break, do you mind doing a post and sharing it, or even just sharing out our post?
Okay.
Reminding people that we are live. We are going to be giving away some money tonight for anybody who
Okay.
calls in and answers the trivia question properly.
All right.
All right, we're going to go to break. We'll be right back. Here's a quick video we play almost every week from my good friends over at Nasdy's Float Shop. I want to let everybody know that they are doing some trail maintenance tomorrow out at Tweety Bird. I think it's at 10 a.m. So if you want to help out cleaning up some of these trails, especially one that the one-wheelers use, 10 a.m., Tweety Bird, they'll have weed eaters and all that. We'll be right back. Enjoy.
I don't know what you've been told. This here is not your home. You want some trouble. You want some. Come on in and I'll take hold. These hands will break your bones. You want some trouble. When I see you, I see
We are back from that short break. Always a pleasure watching those guys ride them. I'm riding them now, man. I was out hitting a little dirt by the house. I'm like, I got to get more comfortable riding on the dirt, man.
You've been logging some time in, man. That's good. Yeah. Good stuff.
I think the tire is finally broken too. I think I'm over like 120 miles now, and so the tire is getting a little softer, and like it's handling bumps better, and I'm just getting better. But I'm digging it, man. I'm really just loving it. It's a time waster, but it's like you're not thinking about nothing other than what you're doing on the board. So, some news. You know, we talked about Elon.
Well, geez. I mean, we went through this last week, and now Twitter's turning around.
I think we called it, though. We called it. There's going to be a lawsuit, right?
Yeah. Now they're suing Elon Musk for backing out of the contract and forcing him to buy something. I mean, this is craziness. This is like me showing you.
We're not going to give you the information that you want. But when you get mad and finally back out of the deal, we're going to sue you. to force you to buy us, right? I
mean, it's crazy, man. Okay. I mean, it's...
pardon my French, my bad. It's clown world, man. It is. I'm so sick of living in clown world, man.
Well, then I'm listening to some of these...
We're going to force you to buy our company, man.
I'm listening to some of these news stations, and the people are saying it's a contract. He has to abide by it. They didn't even give him the correct information. They didn't even... They can't even tell them what their viewership it is and what their followers are.
I smell fraud, man. I smell fraud.
I know. It's craziness to me. Then they have the gall to turn around and say they're going to sue him.
Yeah,
I just don't understand. Fraud, so I looked at the Twitter where they are 52 weeks over a year ago. They're down 50%, dude. 50%. And now they're forcing his hand and suing him to purchase the company. Without disclosing exactly how many followers or subscribers they have to Twitter. Who the hell would that's like me showing you a car, right? A brand new Corvette. And you're like,
brand new car.
Yeah. Then you come back and you go, hey, I got the money here. What's this? Oh, this isn't the Corvette we talked about. This is the other one, the older one that does, has no wheels.
Just, 1973 Yugo, man. With rusted floorboards.
It's like a bait.
It's only running on one cylinder. I think those things were 3 cylinders, or was that the Geos? Geo. Remember the Geo had a 3-cylinder? Yeah. I had to work on one of them, and I'm like, "Where's?" I was like, "What is this?" I thought I had a 4-cylinder, man. He's like, "No, it's a 3-cylinder." And I'm like, "A what?" There's no. It's not even balanced, man. I mean,
I know.
There's no balance to it.
This is just crazy. I think here's what I'm thinking what's happening. They're so far in and they're trying to save face that they're going back to sue him. You follow me? And forcing his hand to close the deal so they don't have to disclose the followers, the amount of followers. I mean, they said 5%. They couldn't even verify.
It's more than 5%, man. I mean, I'm even seeing the same thing on Facebook. I tell you, I had some observations this week, man, about Facebook, right?
Right.
But the same thing, it's the same thing on Twitter as well. I mean, like if you look, I don't hang out on in the twatosphere that much, man.
Right.
But you can see it in the comments, right? And how things get trended. You can see how fabricated some of this stuff is because you're like, there's no way that a human is this dumb. Maybe I don't know. I don't know anymore. But I mean, like, I see it happen. And my thing is like, how quick can social media platforms say what you're saying is disinformation, and they block your post, they ban you, they give you a strike, or they just silence you, right, for 24 hours. They can do that just like on a drop of a dime, right? But actual bot accounts,
right?
How are those things able to exist for more? I mean, but you go to Fox News, right? You look and you see the troll bot accounts just attacking and I'm just like, what the hell is going? Like, you guys have the ability to look at a picture and cover the picture, and it's a historical picture, and say this might be harmful. Are you sure you want to watch it? Right? You have the tools to do the right thing. You just choose not to. You're actually targeting individuals. Which tells me that this is bigger than just a corporation. They're colluding with world governments. That's what I honestly believe at this point. This is a form of psychological control.
Yeah. You know what? I don't understand why the SEC hasn't even come out to even say there's an investigation. It's just nuts to me. There's people that have a lot of money tied up in Twitter right now and have got to be just beside themselves.
Remember that movie, The Social Network?
Yeah. Yeah.
And basically, there was a documentary that came out. Basically, they said, I think one of the co-founders of Facebook said, we created something that's psychologically addictive, right? People are getting hits of dopamine when they get the likes.
Yeah.
Or the shares. And I think I think that if they're going to have to wean people off this stuff, right? They're going to have to do that. Like, I just, there's something's off about it. Like, I think this is like Pandora's box, and they're trying to figure out, we can't just shut the box, right? People have done stupid stuff just by getting unfriended, bro. If this is the only self-validation that some people have.
Right. Oh,
their whole fake persona is who they built on their social media.
Right.
And you take that away, oh my goodness, brother.
Well, this is what I'm thinking now. I mean, the guy put $44 billion of his money on the table, man. Was willing to give the shareholders
his money. He was
55
from others.
Yeah, but $55 a share. He was in good faith. And he asked on numerous occasions for that information, which was
data.
They failed to provide them. Yeah. So guess what? There's no contract at the end of the day. You can bring that to court all you want. It's still going to come back. Yeah. And here's the thing. More and more companies and investors they're going to request this kind of information across all platforms.
Bro, with a lawsuit like that, I'd be like, maybe this is his ultimate plan, right? You didn't give me the data. Now you're suing me. Now I get the data via discovery.
Right. Yeah. And now we'll really find out. I mean, what happens if that's half or 3/4 bot? Can you imagine that?
Well, they've defrauded every investor out there, man.
Yeah. I mean,
not to mention, it just proves what I just said. This is a form of psychological control and influencing and all that.
Yeah. I tell you what, man.
We're living in the Matrix, bro. Let's go to the metaverse next, right?
Well, I'm telling you, man. SEC is going to have their hands full. This is going to be a nightmare, man. And every investor should be pissed off right now. Thank God I don't have any money tied up in that nonsense.
Nope, I don't either, brother. But
I mean, that's a Bernie Madoff special.
Man. To each their own.
Yeah.
I mean, look, and people are like, well, you saw the hate coming after him too. Whenever he's like, I'm going to buy Twitter, right? You see the hate for this man.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as Donald Trump. When Donald Trump, before Donald Trump ran for president, right? Everybody loved him, man. Guy was getting awards and hanging out with Oprah, and everybody loved him, man. And then he decides, well, I'm going to run for president, and I'm going to run with the America First agenda, and I'm going to, I'm going to do the right thing by the people. And boy, man, everybody just, it's like that old movie, The Exorcist, man, where the girl's head just started spinning around and spitting green stuff all over. I mean, that's what happened, man. And then, and so Elon, right? He starts showing his conservative colors, and what happens? Same thing, everybody.
Did I miss something though? Did you see anything come out from the SEC stating that their investigation?
No.
I mean, I don't understand this. This is craziness, man. That's what they're there for.
Look at what's going on in this administration, though, man.
I know.
We have weak leadership. If you're if you're a fan of Joe Biden, by all means, be a fan of him. But you have to be able to be honest with yourself. You have to, the guy has built his presidential cabinet with idiots, man. It's it's either that or this is just somebody got a bunch of hands up a bunch of people's backs, man, because these people are just puppets. I mean, I don't get it anymore, man. Have you seen some of the stuff this week with him?
Yeah, I can't even. I mean, it's just.
I don't want to sit here and beat. I mean, I respect the office of the presidency. I don't respect this man at all. He's a moron. He's a puppet.
It's dangerous.
And
It's
the people that,
dangerous
Janet
situation we're
Yellen,
in.
inflation's coming around. I mean, remember that video we showed a couple weeks ago, man? It's just transitory, right?
Yeah.
It's just short. Now she came out with the news, or there was a news article. Somebody did an op-ed on it, but it was like basically Janet Yellen's blaming millennials for inflation now. I mean, like. And then they're going after Russia and saying, well, you need to cap oil prices or we're going to give you more sanctions, which created inflation to begin with, right? I mean, it's like, these people are dumb, man. That's the only thing.
I know.
I'm tired of living in clown world, man. I want to go back.
I know, it is a
2 years ago, man. 2 years ago. Well, a little bit more than 2 years ago, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's no excuse for this, man. There's none.
No. There's not a day that goes by that something crazy doesn't come up and you just shake your head and laugh. That's all you can do right now. I mean, it's that pathetic.
I have to laugh at it, man. I have to.
And they just keep on tripping over themselves over and over and over. So
tripping upstairs.
And this Twitter thing's going to be good. This will be feeding us a year probably. Like the stumper, like the stump.
Oh, the old dumpy dump. It's just organic.
So we're always talking about losing the internet, or at least I am. With Cox, I've been struggling trying to get consistent internet.
Yeah.
So they're putting together a new coalition developed to increase access to broadband in Arkansas, the East and Southern Arkansas. I don't know what to say about this, Chris. I mean, I don't think we need a whole coalition of
Bentonville
groups.
nonprofit Heartland Forward. I wonder who's the head of Heartland Forward. I wonder if it's the guy any ties to that other nonprofit that was floating around not too long ago.
Well,
what was that Common Ground?
Yeah. I mean, and these people operate out of Illinois. I think anything that's coming out of Illinois, we want to try to avoid at all costs right now.
Oh, yeah. You see,
I don't think
don't beat up Chicago too bad, man. They got somebody coming up and running, man. New Orleans. Stuff going on in New Orleans, man, with shootings, man. They're climbing up in the charts.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, buddy.
They're challenging.
Yeah.
They're challenging.
They're throwing down the gauntlet.
Wow.
Yeah, they've had a rough few weeks, man.
So I don't know what to say about this, man. I mean, I don't think the government should be involved with finding ways
public
to
utilities.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
Well, no, I mean, honestly, if it's not viable for, say, it's like when we talked to Randy, right? Randy was like, "Man, I can see the internet, I just can't get it." Right. It's like it's that close, but it's not. They don't want to put it in. Or they want to make him pay to put it in, right? And so I can see where like a government program can say, yeah, we're gonna, but here's the other thing, right? You've got our boy Elon, Starlink, right?
Yeah.
Does it require all this other like?
That's what I'm saying. You don't need too many hands in the cookie jar.
Yeah, there's too much money, right? I mean, if anything, like it's commercially available, man. Pay your $500 for your gear, pay your $99 a month, and get Starlink, and you've got broadband internet anywhere you want to go. Yeah. I think they just came out with the mobile app too for that, right? The mobile application, because that's what I was waiting on. Because I'm like, well, if I go camping, I could take the Starlink kit. Right. I'll just buy a second dish, right? Now they have like you can pay like an additional fee because the standard unit is like you're in a subscriber zone, right? And if you pay this additional fee for the mobile application, then you can basically take it anywhere with you. Yeah. And have internet like at the campsites. Like, we go camping at Devil's Den, right? And down there in the valley, right? Perfect. There's no cell coverage. I mean, you're like, it's hit or miss if you're going to get a phone call, right? I mean, like when they started that excavation on the stump dump stuff, I'm like, we going camping this week because they're going to hit a pocket or something, and I don't even want to be around, right?
They're talking about the company's not willing to expand the infrastructure, but it's just simple math, man. At the end of the day, if you only got a few hundred people in the town, you got to run line everywhere. It's expensive. You got to look at return at the end of the day. So, Yeah, I mean, you're right to a point with the town, or if they want to subsidize it to this company to expand it or help them. But we're on you're going to have access to satellite, man. So,
right. I mean,
you're
that's
gonna
what I
spend
think.
all that money.
This money could be used to bolster the satellite.
Right. Subsidize that to make it for those people in rural areas that don't have access for broadband, because by the time you go running that, and I remember years back when they were running fiber optic, one of the houses I had, and the guy said he goes, they're not doing the cities because the cost is just too much. He said the rundown where you guys were was $100,000, and I said, "Are you kidding me?" He said, "Yeah, it was $100,000."
Yep. And so like if you're out there, right, and you're like the only house for 2 miles, right, is that cost effective for them to do that? No. But the flip side of the coin is like by the government stepping in and saying, okay, well, we're gonna, but it has to be done smartly, right? Like I honestly in 2022, bro, I could see somebody saying, well, I live out on my ranch and I ain't got high speed internet. So you know what? I'm going to use this program to get fiber run all the way to my house.
Right.
Right. What a waste of money. What a waste of taxpayer
Well, that's
dollars.
what concerns me. When you get that many hands involved, it's not necessary. If you want to subsidize people to get Starlink or what have you, I'm okay with that. But don't run
like a program like this, right, could be like, okay, we're going to offset that $500 cost if you don't have broadband in your area, right? We're going to offset that $500 cost. All you have to do is fill out this application here, and then we'll send somebody out, or we'll verify the information, and we'll give you a $500 check for your initial startup for your satellite internet.
Right.
Like I see something like that working, right? Because, but the flip side of the coin is like
it's a better spend.
The more people that are connected, right? The more people that they can sit and surveil.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
Some more news came out this week about that, right? So
and listen, I understand it's the 21st century. A lot of kids are homeschooled and working.
A lot of kids don't need the internet, man. A lot of kids, like I'm a firm believer, kids need to be outside eating dirt and getting boo boos and getting bullied, right? Seriously, I think that I told a friend this, man. I said we're seeing what the over-pussification of Americans has done, right? We're seeing the results of the fruits of that labor, right? And so I think that we need to try it out with a generation of not having screen time.
Right. I'm just not a big fan.
We don't give our son that very much screen time. You get some, right?
Yeah.
But very limited. Very limited.
Right. So your thoughts is the government should still be involved with this process to some point, not to run infrastructure, because all these
to subsidize the consumer. Yeah. Like if you have a true need for internet, then there should be an incentive.
So write a law and do that, but there's no reason to have a focus group with 30
It would be more cost effective
companies.
for the tax. I mean, ultimately, it's the taxpayer that's paying. Did you see ASA came out with something about lower tax? I'm like, dude, we just talked about this last week. Like, your surplus of money. Now you're going to say Americans are overtaxed, right? We're one of the highest tax states, ASA. Where you been? Where you been, man? You've been governor for quite some time.
Well, people get confused. We get charged the city, county, and state is probably near 10%.
Yep.
Which is probably in the top 5, I would say. I would have to look, but I think it's 9.85%. That's a lot, man. That's a lot.
I used the theory of 10, right? So being a veteran. Right. Go to places. I asked for my veterans discount. Damn it, I earned it.
Right.
And the way I quantify it in my head, like when I'm showing, like if I got cash, right, and I'm like, I get my cash ready while I'm waiting in line. I'm like, yeah, show them my veteran ID, and then I have my money ready, but because it's basically the price that they're asking for the product, right? Because it's the veteran discount 10%. So it basically saves me taxes.
Yeah. At the end of the day, yeah. And you deserve it. And but you're right. I mean, we are one of the highest state taxes, including the county and the city tax and what have you. So won't beat a dead dog on that. So
that dog is Pope. So
Yeah.
we talk about taxes all the time, bro. Like,
Well, it's just they try to slip a percent here, a half here, and it just goes on. People forget that people think about state tax, but they forget about county tax and they forget about the city tax on top
Yeah.
of that. You have to add all that together, man, at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
well,
you know?
not to mention, like when you go to do your taxes, the county, man, they're asking, well, you want to pay this volunteer tax? Sure, I'll pay more.
Right.
Why? Like, why would you even ask me that, man? Like, no,
Yeah.
I'm paying the bare minimum, bitch. Like, I mean, sorry.
I mean,
sorry, I'm a little
it's
fired up today, man.
It's a
Like,
progressive tax, but nonetheless, I think it capped. It's the regular state. I think it's 6.6. But after you factor everything in, man, you're up pretty close to
Yeah.
10%. So this one I had a kick out of is Mexico agrees to invest 1.5 billion in smart border technology.
Wait a
Meanwhile,
minute. Wait. Hold on. Let me get to this news story.
This is, I just laughed when I saw
Mexico
this.
agrees to invest 1.5 billion. Wait, isn't that racist?
What's that?
Securing
Oh,
the
yeah.
border, man. I thought that was deemed racist during Donald Trump's life. So is Mexico being racist against Hispanics?
You know what? This isn't
what the
even
hell,
to-
man.
This isn't to shore up the borders. This is the process. I mean, you have a caravan that's coming over. You haven't been able to find the president of Mexico for like a month now.
Is this due to those freaking massive caravans?
Yeah. This is to process.
What did they say? Biden also said the major anti-smuggling operation against fentanyl traffickers has been underway since April and had led to more than 3,000 arrests. Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador agreed to spend 1.5 billion over the next 2 years. That's a lot. That's a commitment, man. Over the next 2 years to improve smart border. What is smart border technology?
I think what they're referring to is how they're processing because it's all gridlocked. It's not about blocking the border or keeping people from coming in. It's about processing
What just
people
happened to my
through.
freaking monitor? Oh, there it is. It's back. Sorry. Little.
No worries.
It's saying my internet
So-
connection is unstable. What? Oh, we pissed off somebody.
Oh yeah.
No, you can hear me, right?
Oh well. Yeah, I can hear you.
Instead of a series of agreements, because you're hammered out and later spoke, blah, 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 like the man just turned off my monitor, I'm telling you,
Well,
they
the
got that
irony here
they
is
have that technology, bro. Borders
Yeah.
that are more resilient,
irony
more
here is
efficient, and safer will enhance our shared. He sounds like Donald Trump. Borders that are more resilient, more efficient, and safer will enhance our shared. I thought borders were like a no-no in 2022. Also, right? Like, why
So
have
he's
borders?
sitting here wants to do a commitment. Meanwhile, he's letting a caravan of thousands upon thousands of people trape straight through Mexico into the U.S. border.
Yeah, well, they're
this is-
barreling through his southern border, right?
Yeah,
And then they're making their way
it's
all the way up
ridiculous.
through his country.
Right. And this will enable them to process people through quicker. You just don't know where to
So
go.
is he
with this
just like
anymore.
basically spending 1.5 billion to like do a fast lane to the United States?
Yeah,
man?
It's a HOV,
Well, this isn't.
man.
I thought I was excited whenever I saw this on the agenda, and now I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to read this a little bit
No.
more, man, and just.
There's not enough information that I read it through, and I'm like, this isn't about blocking the border. It's just about processing. Whether they bounce them back or not, I don't know. But the bottom line is, you got that.
The Mexican leader also has called the U.S. support for Ukraine in its war with Russia a crass error and criticized the U.S. for moving more swiftly to provide military.
make-
Yeah,
oh.
so he's even like, dude, you guys should be meddling over there. On top of
right.
so I'm,
Yeah.
look, I'll take leadership from another country to do the right thing for our border and make sure that like people aren't doing bad things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
but they have a track record of allowing the cartel to run things down there too. So I don't know. You got trust but verify. I think somebody said that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
moving along, man. We are sitting at 1 hour and 6, so I want to get through some of this.
Yeah.
Why U.S. inflation is so high and when it may ease.
Yeah, I just don't see this stopping
I
it.
don't see it easing in a while. It's at what 9.1%. I read an article. They were talking about your 401k and your investments and stuff.
Yeah.
And if you ain't pulling in like 15% returns right now, you're basically giving money right to the government with this inflation stuff, man.
Yeah, the food and inflation, gas has come off somewhat, but
It tapered off. But then you saw Joe Biden was actually like pandering to, was it Iran for oil or something like that?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I mean, like it's $1 trillion trying to get. The solution is here at home, man.
Right.
But your policies are preventing us from producing oil domestically. Why are we funding other countries?
Yeah, I totally agree. Well, look at it from this perspective. This time, last year, just look at the items that most people purchase the same items week after week, maybe a couple different things. For every $100, you're probably looking at 30 to 40% or $30 to $40 higher.
Yep.
So if you have a $300 bill, you're probably looking at $420 now, somewhere in that range is what you're paying for the same product.
It goes up every week, man.
Yeah. I mean, and nobody does anything about it. So
I appreciate them 16-cent reduction in hot dogs a couple of years ago for 4th of July, though, Joe.
Well, we're going to be eating bologna sandwiches again, man. That's just the way it's going to be. People need to.
People need cricket bologna sandwiches.
People need to just cut back and start living leaner and not paying these stores these exorbitant prices, man. Because that's what they are.
Like our viewers hear me saying, "Well, I'm having steaks with my mama tomorrow." Right? Yeah, you're damn right I am.
But you know what I'm saying, man. I mean, it's ridiculous now for people and single families. It's not sustainable. What's happening now is people are taking their savings and using it to pay for food and gas to continue to go. And that once that's depleted, they're going to be in
credit card. People are. I saw a thing about credit card debts going through the roof, man. So now some of these businesses, these lenders, the people that have credit cards through, they're a little worried about being able to get their money back, man.
So the average family credit card debt is $10,000.
Man, I'm glad I'm not in that world.
I know. I tell you what, I get nervous.
I always I'm not gonna say I'm like totally crappy with money, but I kind of suck with money, man. So I kind of limit my ability.
That's good though. Some people can't. Some people are impulse buyers. They'll jack it up so it goes through the roof.
Well, they'll get another credit card, or they'll try to pay a credit card bill with a credit card, and they just sit there and do that limbo bounce back and forth game, and
try to get the.
But I'm like, you look at the way these people. I would say that most of these credit card companies are predatory. I was, I don't know. You got Credit Karma? Do you use that?
No, I don't.
So I've got Credit Karma, man. It kind of gives you a daily status report. Daily status report. I think it's free. I don't recall paying them anything.
Right.
To set up with their monitoring service or anything like that. I might have actually got their monitoring service through I think when Bank of America got hacked or something like that. But yeah, so they they're like, well, man, you're doing pretty good. These are your options, right? And I was like, well, let me see what my options are. So I just clicked on it, right?
Yeah.
And cause I got one credit card, man. Like I said, I don't need 10 credit cards. I need one credit card. I need a bank account and a savings account. That's it. Man.
Yeah.
I don't even have I don't even do the check thing, right?
I
don't even do the check thing, man.
I don't even carry a balance, Chris. We use it. We pay it off the next month and we're done with it, man. I don't spend.
No, I leave 35 cents on there. Because it costs them more. It costs them more to keep my account open with 35 cents, bro.
Remember that happened with Capital One? You gave me that.
Yeah, I keep a couple bucks on there just to piss them off, man. Like, we can't close this account.
They told me they couldn't.
Us a couple bucks.
They go. I'm sorry, sir. We can't verify your account. Then I said, you can't verify my account, but I'm sending you my payments every month.
Yeah, I know.
You can't make it up, man.
No, they're I've gotten some auto loans through there, but they what I'm saying is looking at this this Credit Karma thing.
Yeah.
It's some of these rates, man. It's 11% to 38%, and you're like,
yeah.
That's quite the spread. That's quite the spread. What happened to 19 is high, right?
Yeah.
I would say 19 is high, right? But that's probably the average of what most people get on credit cards.
That's like the modern day mobster shakedown
And
right
it's
there,
so
man.
like it's like, and you wonder why people go into debt. They want to keep people in debt, man.
Yeah. They don't. I've always been one to say it's like, you know what, people have high credit scores. They don't want to give those people loans because they know they're not going to make any money. They want the person that's going to make the
They
minimum
want that.
payment.
They want the guy like having around 520, 600.
Yeah.
You know, like a little questionable.
can-
Like you didn't pay
Right.
that. You know,
Right.
on time.
He can buy that, you know, $100 freaking whatever, and pay $400 to pay it off in 2 years. You know what I mean? It's like Reno Center. You remember Reno Centers for years?
Dude, I
People
bought like don't hate
You
on
only
me,
have to
man.
pay $5.
Like, I
I'm
bought
not hating
like,
on you. If you don't have the money,
I bought this freaking like I got a 65 inch. I still got the damn thing. It's still in my living room. Okay, so don't bust my balls about Rent a Center. I don't even think it was Rent a Center. I think it was like Home Appliance Center or something. It's like Hack.
Remember?
It was Hack, I think, like Home Appliance Center, right? But like I was like, I want a new TV. Damn it! And,
Right.
I mean, I was a holdout for HD TV, man. Like everybody's like, man, I went to Buffalo Wild Wings and we watched the game on the HD, and I'm like, I don't get it, man. I don't like I see what you're talking about. It's a clear picture, right? But like, it ain't no $5,000 clear. Like it's not like I get the same experience by watching. Like it's not about the quality of the picture. It's about like the experience of watching the action or even a movie, right? Like the plot line is what's important to me, right? Versus like the quality of the picture,
Right.
And so I finally broke down, like, because prices started dropping. This was back when they had plasmas and DLPs, right? So I bought a Mitsubishi. See, and I bought a plasma first, right, from this place, and you know, basically you can it's a rent to own. So, but the plasma, I was like, I'm not happy with this. It's one, it gets freaking hot, right?
Right.
But two, I'm just like, I'm like, I don't know. So I took it back. It's probably after about 5 days. I'm like, yeah, you know, you charged me for a week, that's fine. Then no, if you're unhappy, and I was like, but let me look. I think it was like a 47-inch plasma. And like we got this DLP over here. If you like, they don't put off as much heat and stuff. And I'm like, and so I was like, yeah, let me. So I look at it. I'm like, man, the 65-inch, man, 65. It's a beast, right?
Yeah.
Still got that TV. You know, I put in a processor board in it. I've put bulbs in it. I've bought the parts. I've rebuilt it, right? You know, like I've rebuilt several parts of it. Like this is it. But I've had that TV for like 13 years, man. So I spent a little bit of coin on it, right? I mean, the TV don't owe me nothing, man, at this point, right?
Yeah.
And now you look at the cost of a TV, man. Like
they don't last 13 years anymore, man.
No, but I can buy a bulb for this sucker all day long, man. Or I bought that. I had some little white dots popping up. So I was like, but see, that's how I operate, man. I look at something and I'm like, can I work on this? Can I fix this? Right. If I'm going to spend the money, if I'm going to commit the money, is there like, I look at, is this something that I can work on?
Right.
You know, like I could have.
That's a good way to look at it.
I could have went and bought a new RV and all that stuff during that whole fire, and I had to find a solution for us to live, right?
Yep.
But I bought an older RV with not all the electronic crap and all the bells and whistles, right? Just functional. And you know what? I can work on the damn thing. It don't cost me. It cost me some money just to do oil change on the damn thing. Got like 4 gallons of oil in it, right? You know, so oil's pretty expensive. But I spend the money, and I try to spend it wisely to where I can work on it, or I can learn how to work on it. If I'm going to make that monetary commitment to it, you know,
right? That's a good way to look at it.
Most people need to start thinking about that stuff. I mean,
well,
you have the world.
We're in a disposable world now, man.
Yeah, I know. Just throw it away, right?
Yeah, that's what most people do now. I mean, you know, we had a washer, ended up being able to fix that because, like I told you, some guy put a YouTube video on there, and
ours finally took a dump, man. I fixed ours 3 times, and then finally that seal, the bearing, on the drum. I'm like, no. And your boy hooked us up, man. When we went up to.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. When we went up to Lowe's, we bought that. We ran in there. He Got you on the spot, man. So
Good deal.
yep.
It's good to hear, man. Hey, are you gonna like this one? The CIA engineer, they exposed the government. They prosecuted him. So that was part of the WikiLeaks. I don't know how you feel about this, and we talked about this before. I just think it's a blatant overreach on some of this, the information that was provided out, and the metadata that was collected, that we were told during testimony by the head of the CIA that they weren't doing anything like this. And I just think this guy.
Well, it's only metadata.
Yeah.
What's metadata? We can't discuss that in this briefing. We have to discuss that in
I don't know how
the classified briefing.
Yeah. I just think this is ridiculous, man. It's a blatant overstep. And people think
Dude, it's infringement on your Fifth Amendment rights, man. Illegal search and seizure. Like the whole Patriot Act thing, man. Like they were doing it back then when, after 9/11, everybody was freaked out. They thought it was good that, we'd be able to look and subvert some of this stuff, right? But then you like take that into context today, right? They were monitoring a presidential candidate, his communications, but yet they can't stop this Uvalde guy, right?
Yeah.
It's another weaponization of a government program, period.
Right.
And so this guy blew the whistle on him. Now he's being punished. Just like like Snowden. Snowden blew. I would say he blew the whistle on it. Do I agree with the route that he went? No, but you know what? He did what he did.
Yeah, and he owned it. He owned it for what it is. I don't think he's anything else. I think his conscience is clear now, Chris. People call him a traitor, what have you. I don't look at him that way. I think
the way that he did it damaged the government. I really do think the way that he did it did damage the government, and I think that he should be held accountable for that, right?
Yeah.
But the flip side of the coin is did he expose wrongdoing by the government? Yes, he did.
Yeah.
So there's a kind of a cycle that needs to be looked at and say,
but I don't think
he should fit the punishment, though.
Right. I don't think there was any other options, though. That's what I'm saying. I mean, they would have buried him like they're burying this guy.
Yep. Well, yeah,
they
exactly.
Did it.
Right.
So he was smart enough to know, hey, it is what it is. People call him a Russian spy. It's a bunch of crap. I mean,
he just happened to land in Russia because that's the only place he could land, and then he filed for asylum there. Right. Rightfully so, too, because I think that if he was. Well, you look at Assange, right? I mean, like, look at how they've been trying to extradite Assange, right?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, like, that guy they're going to make an example of him. But have no fear, right, whistleblowers? We have policies that, like, you shouldn't be afraid to be a whistleblower. Yeah, right, man.
Every corporation says that, but they don't really mean it.
Right.
Like
it's
this guy,
it's a checkbox, right?
This guy's going to get buried. I mean, this guy's no prince. Don't get me wrong. I mean, some of the stuff they found pornography and all kinds of other stuff. But the fact of the matter is,
did they?
I don't know. That's the thing. I mean, this guy he's probably not going to ever see the day of light. I mean, it's just they're going to put him in like they probably would have did with Snowden. They would have put him away for 25, 30 years. So.
He told jurors in closing arguments that the CIA and FBI made him a scapegoat for an embarrassing public release of a trove of CIA secrets.
Yeah,
dude. See, that's the thing, right? Some people are complacent with that. Like, maybe it was you and I that were talking about this, but it was if you work for a corporation, 95% of those people are like, what's best for the company, right? Yeah. And if you are working for a place that is actively committing wrongdoing and you bring that up and they say, shut your mouth, right? Might want to start shopping that resume elsewhere, right? Yeah. But no, you worked for this organization. You know this organization. Maybe he believed they were doing the right thing. I don't know.
People get confused. It's like the same person that has issues in the office and the human resource department always tells us, come see us. The human resource department has one thing that they do is protect the company they work for. not
Right.
the
Yeah.
employee.
It's
So
not about
their-
you, bro. They call
their
it
ultimate
human
goal-
resources because they're
Right,
using
right.
humans to protect
Right.
the resources of the company, not your ass.
Exactly. They don't care if they could throw you under the bus and back it up.
We are
over
all disposable cattle.
Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely.
So I don't know, man. The guy, like the guy, I don't know. We'll just have to see how this one. He's the next Snowden. He's the next Assange. I mean, like there's tons of them. Reality winner. She was like, I'm a whistleblower. No, you're not. You're like, whatever. Man. I'm back off, Chris. Back off.
So we're starting to see a little bit of crack in the economy. Jobless claims were the highest since November. Don't know if that's going to be
Wait a minute.
next month.
Joe said that our unemployment's like at a record low, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, yeah, right. It's starting to inch up, and this is stuff we don't want to see. You know what I mean? We want full employment. It's never going to happen that way. But when it starts creeping up like this, we don't want to see that. So it looks like it is. It's changing directions, man, and hopefully that's not going to affect the economy. But you never know.
I mean, like this whole economy thing is crap anyway. I mean, like the wife and I were having a discussion this morning about like anybody like look at teachers, right? You think about all this money that these politicians just allocated out, right?
Yeah.
It was leftover money from the COVID Relief Act.
Right.
Dude, we're paying teachers like $40,000 a year. And you wonder why we have crazy people. Like, I mean, like anybody worth their salt is going to move past $40,000 a year.
Yeah.
Right. Can anybody live off $40,000? Like, if you got one kid,
You can't.
and rent, can you live off $40,000 a year?
No.
Boy, it's going to be slim pickings in that household.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not sustainable.
I don't even think you could live off $40,000. Like,
That's
look at
what I
rent
mean.
prices.
And people are increasing the minimum wage. It all goes back in the cost of goods, Chris. Then more charges for you go out to eat. It'll be 20-30% more.
Well, that's where a lot of people mess up going out to eat, man.
And it's not sustainable. So segue to that is, again, the Federal Reserve is eyeing another increase. We just had a point increase, another 0.5 to 3/4 a point increase. So again, that's not going to help the market. They're trying to slow up inflation, but I think at this point it's a little too late. I think we need
Let's
to
slump inflation by printing more money, right? And then raising the rates, and I mean, like it's at this. I mean, I don't know. Like,
Yeah. Well, we're getting some leveling off with the real estate now. I can start to see that. I mean, it
Really?
was on fire. It's starting to slow up a little bit. There's some correction, not a lot, but if you continue to raise interest rates out there, we're going to see more of a decline there. So, they talked about
Morgan,
years ago.
man. Second quarter, is that second quarter? 2Q profit
Yeah.
drops. CEO warns of economic challenges. Well, we've been saying that for quite some time, Mark.
So
We've
the
been
CEO,
saying it.
yeah, the CEO is Jamie Dimon. Of course, he's not going to say it's the end of the world because he gets paid by, he gets his salary and he gets his stock shares. He's not going to say, hey, guys, I see in third and fourth quarter, we're going to have some correction. We're going to have some blowback. We're going to have some defaults. We're going to have credit card issues. You know what I mean? The whole 9 yards. So we'll have to see. I think we'll have a better read going into the fall where we're at with that. So the next thing I want to talk to you about was the contest. You want to do the contest for the money? You want to have that, or do you want to hold?
We got to get through some of this, man. We're still
the
kind of
video.
good. We're still kind of good. We're only sitting at one live viewer. Though we were up to 4 or 5 at one point, man.
Okay.
What the hell
Well,
happened though?
I don't know.
We bored them.
Oh boy.
Man, we got to get some people on here before we can do that. Let's
Okay.
let's take a quick break,
Okay.
and we'll come back and do another post. Your post seems to work, man. Mine people are like, shut up, Chris. But like, do another Facebook post. We're doing the contest in a few minutes. Get your butt on the live.
Okay.
We'll take a quick break. We'll go to the contest, the trivia hour, and see you in a minute. Be right back.
I
And we are back. We're sending out the shares real quick. We're trying to get some viewers to watch before we go into this. Okay, but we're gonna do a little bit of a
Montage.
gas money montage giveaway. No montage. So if you remember a couple weeks ago, we did that montage about inflation.
That was great.
It was good. I don't know. Should we play that one again while we're waiting on some viewers? We're at 2 viewers right now. Viewers, if you can drop something in the chat so that we know who, no, just be like, throw 1, let us know that you're there and hear us, right? Because sometimes the overlords, you know, they mess with us. I think they're actually stifling some of our data
we can
too.
do the old one and they can roll in the new one. I think I watched the new video, but I think viewers would have to be watching it a few times to be able to make get a good informed answer on that trivia question, because I missed on it. All
right, so we'll open up the phone lines. 1, right? So you won't give us a call and talk about anything, let us know, call us in, right? It's like the old party lines on the phone, radio stations and stuff. So that's what we're doing nowadays, right? We're going back. We're going old school. But 2, right, is let me get this queued up.
Because of our secrets.
Mr. President, what's your message to Democrats?
What? Click the wrong button and what happens? All right, so Colin's welcome. So we're gonna go and put out the premise of this. We're gonna do a video montage. I put together a little video montage a few weeks ago regarding inflation, right? And so for tonight's trivia question, we have a montage of news that happened this week. We're gonna ask a question regarding that video montage. So Mark, I know you're still working on your post over there. I'm gonna play the first montage.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can get some more viewers. We have 2 right now. Hopefully they'll be willing to call in if they want to win some gas money. Gas money, right? So if you're scared of free money, whatever, we'll close the show out. Nobody call, whatever. But this is the first one. This is the one we did a couple weeks ago. Here we go.
Because of our secrets and our lies. They're practically what define us. When the truth offends, we lie and lie until we can no longer remember it is even there, but it is still there.
I really doubt that we're going to see an inflationary cycle.
Most economic analysts believe that it will have a temporary or transitory impact.
The faster than expected increase in some of those prices is actually a good sign.
The overwhelming consensus is going to pop up a little bit and then go back down. No one's talking about this great,
This is something that will settle down.
Transitory.
And the data shows that most of the price increases we've seen were expected and are expected to be temporary. There's nobody suggesting there's unchecked inflation on the way. It's highly unlikely that it's going to be long-term inflation that's going to get out of hand. I don't know anybody who's worried about inflation.
Over the last couple of months, we actually saw it trended downward.
President Biden's chief of staff, Ron Klain, enthusiastically retweeted an economist who had said in part most of the economic problems we're facing, inflation, supply chains, et cetera, are high-class problems.
What is the Granholm plan to increase oil production in America?
Oh my God, that is hilarious. Well, the number one thing that the president can do is help get COVID under control. That we know is the root cause of inflation.
President Biden this afternoon saying he thinks we're at the peak of the crisis right now and that lower prices are on the way.
The inflation has everything to do with the supply chain. Make no mistake, inflation is largely the fault of Putin. I'm going to do everything I can to minimize Putin's price hike here at home.
If you want to get rid of inflation, the only way to do it is to undo a lot of the Trump tax cuts.
I think ever since you've come into office, things are really looking up. Gas is up, rent is up, food is up, everything.
You came off like a naive idiot. Naive idiots are not a threat.
Nobody wants you in this town. Nobody wants you around, period. Oh, look at him, fellas. You crying, boy? You crying, boy? Maybe we'll go back down to McDonald's and get you a Whamburger and some French fries. How about a Weineken? You little sissy boy!
Go on now, get out of here.
The
real danger is that if we hear enough lies, then we no longer recognize the truth at all.
Deep, I know, man. It's still relevant. That video montage is still relevant, man.
Yeah,
Like
all the topics that we're currently struggling with now. You know,
well, they've went through the full gambit of blaming. Now they've gone. Well, Janet Yellen, like I said, this week came out with now they're blaming millennials for inflation.
Right. You got to blame somebody, right?
You got to point the finger somewhere, man. I hope somebody buys it. So, still sitting at a solid 2 viewers. So, for our 2 viewers, we're gonna play a video montage. Here's the premise of the trivia. Okay. And it is, we're going to play a video montage. We are going to ask you, if you think that you know the answer to this, right? If you think you want to compete in this, right? I'm not going to say what the question is, but if you think you want to go ahead and roll the dice on here, it's not a hard question either. Focus on this video. Watch this video. Mark, do you think I should play it more than once? Maybe we'll play it twice.
I think so, because the first time I looked at it, I didn't catch everything in the I think 2 times.
So we'll play it twice. We'll play it once. We'll come back and we'll talk about that. And then, I really love to get your reaction on camera, but I don't have that set up in the deck yet. But we're gonna play this video. Come back. You guys can call in if you want, right? Call in and we'll play that video again for you, right? And then we're going to ask you the question, right? So here we go. Ready? Here you go.
Mr. President, what's your message to Democrats who don't want you to run again?
They want me to run.
2/3 say they
Read
don't.
the polls. Read the polls, Jack.
Jack? Mr. President, what's your message to Democrats who don't want you to run again?
They want me to run.
2/3 say they
Read
don't.
the polls. Read the polls, Jack.
Democratic voters do not want Mr. Biden to be renominated in 2024, with just 26% wanting to see him as the party's candidate again.
You guys are all the same. That poll showed that 92% of Democrats, if I ran, would vote for me.
A majority of Democrats say they don't want you to run again in 2024.
92% said if I did, they'd vote for me.
You are a fucking moron. Too rough.
Among voters, younger voters, 18 to 29 years old, 94% of Democratic voters want a different candidate in the next presidential election.
I wet my jockeys here.
Anything you say, Lloyd. Anything you say.
And talking about the significance of the passage of time in terms of what we need to do. There is such great significance to the passage of time when we think about a day in the life of our children.
Day in the life of our children.
More inflation. What a stupid son of a bitch. Because I'm famous, because I'm a star, because I'm a billionaire, I can do things other people can't.
Some people are probably like, man, this guy got a death wish, man. Like coming up with video montage just like this, man. I don't care. I don't care, man.
I forgot to mute my mic and I started cracking up so bad, man. It's just,
I don't think we don't have mics turned on. I could turn on the mic if you want. So
Good thing, yeah.
callers,
Yeah.
call in if you want a shot at some gas money, man. I know gas is up there, but it's going down just a smidge.
Yeah.
If you want, call in. We'll play the video for you again, and we're going to ask you a question about that video. We want you to focus on this video and watch the video and catalog the video in your mind. Okay, and we'll even throw in a little sweeten it up. if you want to go twofer, right? So if you want to provide your answer based on the video montage, we'll be like, before we tell you if you're yes or you're right or wrong, do you want to go doubles? What doubles means is we're going to double your money. Because we're going to ask you a question and see if you can answer the question. Okay? It's not going to be double or nothing. You're still going to get your initial prize if you answer but we just want to ask you, right? So, $25? I don't know. Where we at, Mark? How much we want to give away? I'm saying $25 buys maybe a quarter
beer,
tank of gas.
wine,
a case
forget
of beer,
the gas,
right? Whatever, man. We'll give you we'll throw it out $25, but you have the option to go for $50. You're still guaranteed $25 if you get the answer. Phone line. Oh shit! Do I not? Man, look, Chris, you got to get your stuff together. Man, I don't even have the phone lines open.
Where's our engineer team, dude?
I know, man. We haven't hired those positions yet, man. We still scraping along the bottom, man. Let's see. All right, and man, I see. Didn't follow my checklist. Man. Was focused on getting everything right for the news.
Yeah.
And phone lines are open. You can call in now. Dagnabbit, man. See what the heck, man. We gotta hire a guy. Gotta fire my ass. So phone lines are open now, officially. Let me make sure. What we got? 479 202 4053. Let's see. Let me open. Yep, phone lines are open. It is a working. That's me calling, by the way. So, letting you know. But you can see the phone lines are open. So, go ahead and call in. If you want a shot for the money, call in. Either way. Should we play it again?
Yeah, heck yeah. That's funny, man.
Should we just? Well, we got 3 viewers on here. I don't know. It's probably the feds anyway. But hi, Kevin in Kansas City. Good to see you again, buddy. Just joking, funny, right? Remember that?
Or they can send us a text or an email and
Yeah,
whatever, dude.
give they can text that number too if they want.
Yep. Text the number man.
I don't know. I want to keep this podcast. I mean, if you ain't gonna call in, and here's a trivia question. I don't know. It's money. Do we need to sweeten this up a little bit more? Mark?
No, I think we need to watch the video again. Then
watch the video again. Should I just put the question out there and then
put the question? Put the question
people
out
can
there.
Google this stuff. That's the thing. I don't want a Googleologist to sit. I want to be able to have them on the line and then ask them the question. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We giving away money, but we ain't just giving away money.
Well,
so we'll play the video one more time. All right. Watch it intently, folks. Watch it intently. Ready? I know everybody was probably laughing the first time I played it. Here you go, Mark. You gonna laugh, Mark?
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Mr. President, what's your message to Democrats who don't want you to run again?
They want me to run.
2/3 say they
Read
don't.
the polls. Read the polls, Jack.
Jack?
Mr. President, what's your message to Democrats who don't want you to run again?
They want me to run.
2/3 say they
Read
don't.
the polls. Read the polls, Jack.
Democratic voters do not want Mr. Biden to be renominated in 2024, with just 26% wanting to see him as the party's candidate again.
You guys are all the same. That poll showed that 92% of Democrats, if I ran, would vote for me.
A majority of Democrats say they don't want you to run again in 2024.
92% said if I did, they'd vote for me.
You are a fucking moron. Too rough.
Among voters, younger voters, 18 to 29 years old, 94% of Democratic voters want a different candidate in the next presidential election.
I wet my jockeys here.
Anything you say, Lloyd. Anything you say.
And talking about the significance of the passage of time in terms of what we need to do, there is such great significance to the passage of time when we think about a day in the life of our children.
Day in the life of our children.
More inflation. What a stupid son of a bitch. Because I'm famous, because I'm a star, because I'm a billionaire, I can do things other people can't.
All right, man. That's the second time we played it. I don't want to sit here and beat up our live. I mean, we at 1:45, right? We're gonna keep the phone lines open for 15 more minutes. If you want to get in on this trivia, right, about the video that we put together, if you just tuned in and you didn't get the video, we'll play it again for you while you're on the air, like while you're on the phone with us, okay? But call in, get an opportunity to win some money. We're just going to ask you a question about the video we just played. That's it. If you watch the video and you can answer the question, free money in your pocket, delivered by me tomorrow. So leave the phone lines open. Other than that, Mark, man, I don't know. I think that's one of my better ones right there. You know.
Yeah, that was good.
You know, he's like, read the post, Jack.
I'm a big
I'm a Jack Nicholson fan too, man. So it's like that was an easy one to put together. Like,
yeah, I think most of the films he's done I've actually really liked a lot.
He's a great actor, man.
Yeah, he is. I can't recall a movie that he's really been in where it's really been bad. You know what I mean?
It's like tanked. Like it's like, dude, I never again, right? No, he's a good actor, man.
Yeah, I enjoy listening to. I mean, I like Pacino too, but man, Nicholson is he's still plugging away, man. Yep. He's just he's a classic. He's they broke the mold when they made him, man. You know?
They did. So,
yeah,
like,
I mean,
like all the Batmans. I mean, I think Heath Ledger did a great job at playing the Joker, but I mean, it still wasn't no Jack Nicholson Joker, man. Jack Nicholson nailed Joker, dude. Like back in the old school day, man.
Yeah.
But so again, I don't know. People are scared to call in, man. They don't want to admit that they watch us.
Well, we'll have to hold that coin till next week, man.
I guess so.
Can't give it out if they don't want it right now. So,
you know, we're still waiting to give away that $100 too, man.
Yeah,
we hit 100 subscribers. Yep. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Don't want to sit around for like 15 minutes though. We got 3 viewers.
Well, and money's there,
and they're
man.
probably all feds. Hi guys.
We can send the check to the federal building.
Well, yeah. I mean, we'll send it to y'all.
Oh man.
I mean, like the thing is, we're just trying to give away some money, man. Everybody's scared of free money, man. Unless it comes from the government.
Unless people are shy, man. They don't want to call in, but they could text in if they wanted to, man. But or email. We got our emails there too. So you got 3 options. You know,
3 options.
I don't pass up on free money.
Check on the Facebooks real quick and see.
That's beer money. That's beer money for the week, man.
Yeah.
You know. So,
Mark, there was also another topic I guess we could talk about.
Go ahead. Shoot.
While we're waiting. And that was a power outage in Bentonville. Remember that?
Oh, I forgot all about that. Yeah, it was Springdale and Bentonville area. Yeah. So it was both counties. Was it Benton County? What's the other one? Washington County. Yeah. Both of them had large blackouts.
Didn't we
And
talk about blackouts? I think early
we
on
did.
in the podcast.
We did. We had a conversation about that, and gosh, it was probably, I don't know, week 4, maybe week 4. We're at week 20 now, so that was like
It's
4
been-
months
it's
ago.
been some time, like back in
But
March, man.
So I do recall us having a conversation about the grid and it failing, and
Well, Carol
talking
Electric
about
sent
that
out
memo.
that. Carol
Yeah.
Electric sent out some information on that, right?
Right.
And I think we
right.
did cover this is a precursor of what's to come. And now here we are in July. We didn't
Yeah.
even into August yet, right?
Yeah.
Wait till the winter, though. Ooh, that's gonna be fun.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I forgot we were talking about that before. And I'm like, I know we had a conversation. As soon as that came up and I saw it on the news, I was like, wow. I said, we talked.
We called it, man. We called it. You know, we called it back in March. So I found the podcast episode where we were talking about that, man. And we'll bump over to that real quick and just play a little short clip of, our podcast from, man, look at me grabbing my head. Like, this stuff just makes my head hurt sometimes, man. But, yep, March 25th, man, 2022.
Wow.
It was podcast number 4 when we talked about this.
Yeah.
And, Carol Electric sent out a precursor to it, right? Carol Electric sent out some information, blah, blah, blah. What did we experience in 2021? Especially, like, primarily in Texas, right? Was those rolling blackouts. And what was concerning is the 2022 on the record actually... Oh, we got a text. Those. Oh, hold on. And I'm like, let me pause real quick. We got a text. We got a text, man. I don't know who texted us, but we got a text. Hope someone gets the money. You already told me what you were going to ask. Oh, I know who that is.
Oh.
Yeah. Wifey's not eligible. Precursor of what's to come, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut over to a web share session, and you can see the annual CO2 emissions. Hopefully everybody got this last year. If you didn't, it is available on Carol Electric's website. It's called Carol Electric, carolecc.com /on-the-record. You can definitely find it on their website. I encourage everybody to go there and read it and just not like toss the flyer out, because this one kind of is a little bit concerning. They've tracked from, obviously this one was sent out in 2021. They've tracked from the year 2000. And we're talking about CO2 emissions and stuff, but they also CO2 emissions in China. I want to find the part where we talk about the rolling blackouts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because there is a spot in this where we talked it by Carol Electric's own words. Go back to podcast number 4 and watch it, right? I'm going to summarize this real quick.
Yeah.
They basically admitted that they don't generate power. They purchase power from the grid, right?
Right.
And so they're not in control of how much power is available. And they are at the whims of the government and regulators,
right,
on if they have to shut down power. So they're basically saying, we're not in control of this, guys, right? And then, back in March, we were talking about this.
Yeah. Fast forward to
Two
yesterday.
large communities in our populace are without power.
Yeah.
I think Bentonville was like 60,000 people without power.
Something like that. Pretty close to that.
Right?
Yeah.
Springdale was a little bit higher. Right. Thanks, Bob, for buying that Tesla and plugging it in and blowing up that transformer, right? You freaking EV, right?
Well, yeah, and that's what people were posting like crazy, and we were talking about that. They were going off the wall. But here's the thing. The usage, everybody's running the AC, everybody's at home working. There's a lot of electricity being used. Next week, it's going to be same old, dude. It's going to be toasted, another 5 degrees every day, and people are going to be running the air conditioners and everything else, and you're going to probably have another set of rolling blackouts. And we knew this was coming, dude. They basically alluded to that in their message to everybody, and we talked about the failing grid. And meanwhile, the rest of these.
Well, I honestly think at this point, man, by them sending that email, they're basically trying to cover their butts.
Well,
right?
they're trying to absolve themselves of any wrongdoing so they can go, hey, we did say that. We did bring it up. And nobody else, I don't think many people picked up on it.
The grid's straining, y'all. And, we don't produce the energy and we do our best, but, they even like kind of threw a shot across the bow with the current administration's power policies and stuff too, right? And so, like, go back to podcast 4. I think it starts around maybe the 19, 20-minute mark. You don't got to watch the whole podcast, but go back there and watch some of that, where we talked about this back in March, and now we're seeing the fruits of that, premonition that they sent us happening, right? And I would expect with next week's temperatures being in the hundreds, bro.
Yeah.
We're going to see more of that.
Oh,
yes,
no doubt.
the grid is struggling, right? I mean, the more people that use, power and all that, but then like Bob rolls up with his Tesla and plugs it in, and that transformer in your neighborhood. I mean, thanks, Bob, for charging up, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad you can drive your 250 miles, but it's 105 degrees out here, and my house is burning up, and all my food's going bad. That I paid $300 for this week, $400 for this week, right? Because you wanted to plug in your freaking Tesla.
Yeah.
Right.
And, I mean, it's just, there's no need for this. It's just not even, it's not a viable option, man. It's just not. I mean, it's just a total, I mean, we went over that. There's only 3 main grids in the U.S. and, one on the East Coast, one in the Central Texas, and one on the West Coast. So,
all right, we're going to leave the phone lines open for about another 5 minutes because we're almost at that 2-hour mark. And, you want to call in? You want a shot at the money? Give us a phone call.
The thing that concerns me, Chris, about these outages is the elderly people, especially in that kind of heat. I mean, you're showing me temperatures of 104, 105. Those are dangerous temperatures, man. And if that power grid goes down in certain areas where elderly people have limited access to air conditioning or whatever it may be, you could have you could have some issues. People could have health issues or any number of things going on.
It's gonna be a blazer, and I know people's air conditioners and heat pumps are gonna be working overtime. It's like whatever you can do to kind of reduce the power grid usage next week, do it for real. You can be comfortable at 74 when it's 105 out. Go outside.
What I did?
I step outside sometimes because I'm like, man, I'm freaking warm, right? Like it feels warm, and I don't want to adjust the thermostat, so I walk out front, and I'll hop on the one wheel and ride down, lunch break. I'm like, I come back in, and 74 in the house feels good.
Yeah,
man,
I have
it set, dude. It's 105 out there.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was out there. We set ours. Usually it was lower, but we've had ours at 76, Chris, right? But I'm outside. It's so damn hot. You come in, it's like it feels like an ice box at 76. Yeah. So we just left it there. You're right, though. Be less strain on the on the grid.
Less strain on your wallet too, bro. I mean, these power prices are going up, man. And. I don't know, man. I ain't got really much more to say about the power grid other than it's not ready for us going full EV.
No,
it's not. No. I mean, we can't even go full everybody keeping their house at a comfortable temperature when the temperatures outside are extreme. Now you couple in the fact that people are expected to charge their batteries 220, right? Rapid chargers, stuff like that. It's like, man, we're not there. We're not there yet.
The grids were designed
cart before the horse really actually is where we're at. Cart is before the horse.
Yeah. The grids were designed back in the 50s, Chris. They've just been a hodgepodge of things to keep them going now. I mean, if you wanted to even redesign them and rebuild them, it'd take 10 years.
Yeah. So we're sitting at 4 viewers right now, brother. So we're going to put this... we might go a little long tonight, but this is a giveaway night, okay? We're on podcast 20, so we're giving away money. I'm a precursor to that one, right? We have a video montage. I like to do video montages from time to time,
right?
When I get inspired by the idiocracy that it be, right? I don't know. Sometimes things just hit me and I'm like, Mark, I feel like I got to be creative and artistic and put something together that's comedic, right?
So it was comedic, though. It was good.
We played a video twice for our 4 viewers that are watching. We played a video twice. We're going to ask you a single question about the video. If you didn't see the video, you can call in and I will play the video one more time for you or 2 more times for you. If you need a second round, I understand. It's human, right? I mean, you're going to be laughing probably the first time it plays. But we're going to ask you a question about this video. Just a simple question. Now, if you want to go the next mile, right? We're still going to give you the money for answering the first question. But if you want to double your money, we're going to ask you specifics about the answer. And if you get that right, we double your money. Right, so we're going to start it at $25, right? You double your money at $50. That's, I don't know, if you're driving a Honda Civic, that might be like 3/4 of a tank of gas with these prices. But what I'm saying is money's money, man. All you gotta do is call in. Phone lines are open. 479-202-4053. Give us a call. We're gonna get you underway. All you got to do is have a little bit of courage.
This might be one of those things where we just keep on stockpiling the money week after week, man. We may have to do that, right? Like maybe we'll close the show down in the next 3 minutes if we didn't get a phone call, right?
We'll put it in that pile. We'll put the money in for next week.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to come up with another something else.
Just trying to improve somebody's life with a little bit of cash flow. I don't know. They scared of money unless it comes
easy
from
money,
Joe
brother.
Biden, man.
Easy money.
They scared of money unless it's coming from Sleepy Joe. Weird.
Oh well. Well, you know what, man? Well,
look, I ain't gonna beg somebody to take my money, man. Government does that every day. I think it's been a podcast, bro. We fun. Well, now we're at 6 viewers. Damn. It just keeps going up, man. Like where was everybody? Like, see, that's
someone's getting low on beer money.
somebody got low on beer money. All right, for our 6 viewers, we have a phone line open. It's at the bottom of the screen. 479-202-4053. If you want to win some money, all you gotta do is have the courage to call in for 1.
Yep.
But 2, we're gonna ask you a question about a video montage that I put together this week, using current events and some creativity. And you got an option to win some money. We're going to ask you a question about it. We'll play the video once, twice, and that's it. Answer the question right, you get some money. $25. You want to double down? $50. That's it.
50.
And we're back down to 4. Everybody's scared.
No money. No money.
All right, man. Well, I'm going to call it. I think, we'll just roll this money over.
Yeah.
To the next podcast.
Yeah.
Might not be next week. Might be the week after. I don't know. We'll see. Phone lines are still open for another. No, they're closing. That's it. We closing the phone lines, baby. We are at 2 hours in. So we are done. So the money is going to roll over.
There we go.
To next week.
Can't say you didn't try, man.
I tried to, spread a little positivity to somebody's bank account. To their wallet, at least. But apparently, we're not positive enough over here at the NWA Exchange podcast. So that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful week ahead. Stay healthy, happy, safe, humble. And make sure you avoid that Mr. T version of B.A. Baracus COVID. That's, just the worst variant ever. Kind of use a hand sanitizer. I know everybody got a little bit comfortable. Wash them hands. Like, we wash hands in this house religiously. But, yeah, do the right thing. Kind of, I was socially distancing before socially distance was cool, man. You know, like I kind of keep my bubble from people. The only time like I really ever go out in public, man, and have gotten sick is when I have to fly. Because they always stick me next to this guy that's got like the flu or something, right? And I'm like, nah, that's why I'm like, I'm not a fan of flying, man. Like I'm not in control of who's going to be directly rubbing elbows with me, right?
Right.
But for the most part, I do a good job of staying away from people. Keep that social distance.
Good idea.
Yeah, wash them hands, and if you're in a tight situation, nobody's going to judge you for putting on a mask. That's the truth in 2022.
Yeah.
Do what's right, though. Stay safe, and we'll see you next week. Take care, y'all.
Have a great weekend.
Come take my walk, this road together through the storm, whatever way.